Good evening, gentlemen. What's going on? You get all my wonderful stuff going here. Definitely picked up some new vehicles here. Here we go. Get this going and everything. I always got to do this because I see Major Roads. What's up? Mike Williams. Hey, buddy. All right, let's go ahead and get this. All right. Here we go. So, went to the local hobby shop here late last week. Ended up buying like 3 different vehicles. The Capra, the new Bronco, and a Rustler 2-wheel drive. Somewhere back there. Yeah, back there hiding behind SV1. George Wilson, what's up? Slash Raptor, hey buddy. Marilyn Weber. Okay, Marilyn Weber, how long did it take me? I literally spent about 6 to 7 hours back there. When I started editing down that video, I had about 2 hours of video. Yeah, to bring that down, it got repetitive, like the same rocks kind of thing, because I was doing so much. But yeah, it took me about 6 hours or so to get that taken care of. Chainsaw, what's up? Sean Singleton, hey buddy. Mark Springer. Tackle Fin. Hey, yep, you made it. Richie Lau. 1/11th Capra. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards the 1/12th size is what I'm thinking. Killer Yoda, what's up? Chuck's RC, what's up, buddy? Mir, you're here. Mark Springer, love the baby Capra. It's really neat, and let me see here. Go ahead and grab this. And grab this. All right, since those are kind of hot topic right now, I've also got something else that just came in right there. I want to open up on live with you guys, get my first thoughts on that. But okay, let me see. Pleeman, Paul Fletcher, Broken Monkey. I think motor wise for the 4M, I'm thinking like a 1080. Or possibly a Crawlmaster Mini V2 with a revolver style motor. Jeff, what's up? Sergio, what's up, buddy? Jeremy Kiddo, what's up, buddy? Steve N, what's up? I almost brought the 5B in here. Dan Woodruff, Orlando Hospital. Dan, man, I hope you're okay, buddy. It's not cool to be in a hospital bed anywhere, even Orlando. I can actually sit up. I got my phone tilted. This guy right here, everybody's talking about $250 being so much for a 1/18th. Well, like I've showed you, and I'm sure others have as well, there's a big difference in the Capra 1/18th versus the Traxxas 1/18th. Now, the Traxxas guy that I spoke to said this comes in at 1/17.7. So it is right there. Okay, that's why I'm thinking this is more like a 1/12. So, however, this Capra right here, these Capras, as time goes on, just like with the original Capra, you got to hold the suspension down. If you don't hold the suspension down, it unloads and falls over pretty easy. But the amount of brass and mods and vehicles that are going to be built around this is going to be insane. Quite possibly an entirely new class of crawler. I mean, think about it. These axles right here, although they do have a CVD, so they're not, U-joint where you can get 70 plus degrees out of them. There's going to be overdrive in these things. I got a feeling that possible a 1/12th class can be built off of this platform right here. There will be chassis made for it. All kinds of stuff, possibly dig units, everything. I love the fact that it uses a 1/10 servo. So yeah, a full-size 1/10 servo, that's phenomenal. All right, let me get back on the stuff here. Cracked RC. Yeah. Jeremy, wish you lived near me. I need Sony RC help. Jeremy, you can ask here. Hopefully I'll see it, because when these things start rolling pretty quick, I kind of miss some. Skeletor from Poland. Tiny Bagby. Awesome from Kentucky. Chainsaw, love the little Capra. Got the ride height down. Yep, got to get that ride height down. You are 100% overdrive titanium links on mine so far. Oh, so they already have the overdrive out for these? I haven't seen that. But that's definitely going to be needed. The driver isn't working yet. Okay. SCX X6 is so much fun with the 8S. Oh, yeah, Chuck, for sure. Killer Yoda, if you're doing electronics for TRXM, I'd go BR Mini and look at the PN Racing. I've got a PN Racing motor in my little 124 bouncer, and it's actually pretty darn awesome. But yeah, now I want to let you guys know, DSM, they're making a servo mount for this thing that is supposed to properly bolt in and fit a Reese 99 Micro, more than likely the 179 as well. So it'll be a bolt-in deal from DSM Off-Road. So I'm going to get that mount because I've got a 99 Micro up in there. So lots of room for motor on this thing, man. Lots of room for motor, lots of room for upgrades. This is another one I'm looking forward to see where the aftermarket takes it. I think the aftermarket is going to make this truly incredible. I really do. I really do. So anyways, Capra's also going to make a 4-wheel steer. Now, the one thing I don't like about the Capra, and I believe I showed it to you guys, is all of that C-hub right there. Get my big forehead in there. Maybe you guys can see it. There you go. All that C-hub right there. That catches things. But these are bolt-ons, so maybe we'll get some high clearance cut metal C-hubs and actually get us the clearance we need for this thing. Trill coming out with stuff soon. They got a tab for it, but nothing showing yet. I'm sure Trill will be all over this quick. Me Ghost, that should be easy enough. Okay. What is half shaft diameter on Mini? The half shaft diameter, like the drive shaft? Looks like about a 6 millimeter. As far as the actual shafts inside, they look like around a 3.5 millimeter, 3.2. Just a guess here. I haven't measured anything out. KTMJ from WikiWatchy. Chuck's from Tallahassee. Tracy Lear, how's everything going? Message retracted from Killer Yoda. Diff output. Not sure. NSRCF is one a lot more power than 99 and a bit cheaper already. See, plastic ring and pinions are its downfall. Well, has anybody actually broke the stock ring and pinions out of these yet? Has anybody actually broke them? I mean, I can see once we start really putting some power into this thing, I can see it. But you'll have to figure out a way to get a lot of traction, or you're going to pinch stuff. I mean, I don't know yet. If you keep it light, the plastic can survive, you know? It's not like old ABS Tamiya plastic. Chuck's RC. What am I missing from Ghost? It's just a matter of pulling the front end on, putting the front end. Yeah, Mr. Ghost, you're right. Is it portals? Chuck's, the Capra is portal, the TRX 4M is not. What's your favorite Arrma? Winnebago, North Carolina. My favorite Arrma? Probably the Typhon. That Typhon is phenomenal. What's going on, everyone? Chat, everything. Let me make sure to hit that like button. Thank you, buddy. $2 whiskey. What's up, Asheville, North Carolina? Hey, buddy, what's happening? B Flinch, thanks for getting all the video on from my UDR. Looks awesome, dude. Awesome, man. Heck yeah. Well, what's the latest with the Raminator? I've been away, brother. The Raminator, I went to the No Man Left Behind event this past Sunday. I've got a video ready to go up. I think it's around 20 minutes or so on that one. I got to get the intro, outro, and get all the sponsor stuff and all that taken care of on that one. But we were supposed to do a tug of war with the Raminator versus as many 110 crawlers as it takes to pull it, but time kind of killed us on that one. Plus, I also noticed the rear diff is really crunchy in that thing, so apparently I've messed up a differential. So I went to Primal RC and ordered a brand new diff, like 34 bucks shipped just for the differentials. And that we're talking just the spider gears in that thing. So I'll be digging into that as well soon. I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, as much as I put that truck through, I'm doing pretty good on not breaking things. Really. Discovery RC, Richard, good point. All right. They need to have straight axle conversion for the Capra. That'll be my first mod. You go straight axle on that, you're going to mess your gear ratios all up because there's a gear reduction in the portals, and it'll be more like a little rift looking thing, which may not be so bad. I see. Jonas, yeah. I drove it today. I actually drove it a little bit at the No Man event, just kind of getting a feel for it. I drove it today, and I'll go ahead and tell you guys on the very first jump, I broke the axle housing. Then I continued to drive it. The axle was actually, it broke the housing and bent the shaft. I actually had the stock shafts in here, believe it or not. So I didn't lose a Vidavon shaft or anything like that. But what I've got to do is make the G-Speed mount right there actually fit the Vidavon housing, because I've got a set of housings now that I need to do something with. So, and I had planned to keep the stock housings because we kind of have, there's something on the way that'll make that thing and future builds incredible, and it's coming from Vidavon. But I was kind of hoping to make the stock housing survive, but it was a nasty landing, man. I jumped it. I was probably about 6 feet up or so. I came down like the perfect wrong landing. So it was more of my fault than the axle housing fault. So, Thunder Valley, what's up, buddy? Am I ready for USTE? No, I am not ready for USTE. I've got so much stuff on the way. We're going to open that up soon. That just came in like about 10 minutes before the live started. I took it out of the box and just set it up there. That's the new 112 Buggy by Arlo. Really looking forward to getting into that thing. What gate width would you recommend for 24 scale? Broken Monkey, honestly, I don't know. I've heard that they go 6 to 7 inches width on the gates for those, but I don't know about that one. So I need more Vidavon for the honcho. Yeah, Chuck, I'm looking at the honcho myself. Now that I've got, you know, my SCX6 is now in pieces. I'm actually looking for the honcho. Since I've got that, I don't have a big trail truck. But then again, I think I'm up to 80 vehicles now. So, and those big trucks, they take up so much space. Hi from Norway, Morton Ace. Hey, buddy. Member for 5 months. Thank you so much. Max Smasher Crawler. I'm trying to build one. I don't have a Max Smasher. I just put the 47 for homes, 21 in my LMT. I got a 14 to opinion on that. Been able to do it, weather. Opinion, thoughts, heavy. I have the 2650 Tekin in mine, and I run it on 4S. But there was a guy out here, he had hit, oh man, Vidavon's got the long links now for these things as well. I got to get those put on mine. You know, like the LMT mud trucks and all that, they're longer on that. You need the drive shafts, which are, I forget how long they are, but they're for that, just the plastic tubes, and then the new link set from Vidavon. I haven't put it on mine yet, but I'm close. In fact, well, I thought I had the LMT out here. I do, right there. So, yeah, I'll be putting the long links, which is supposed to stretch the wheelbase about 2.5 inches. So that'll help keep it down. But the point I was going to make is, a guy was out here, I guess about a month ago, and he had his LMT, and he had it on 6S. And I'll be honest with you, it really took the 6S well. I was really surprised at the control that that truck had. I was really impressed with 6S on that. I'm not sure if the 2100 can do the 6S. I believe it can. But, yeah, I believe it can. I went to buy one. I actually have 2 coming. Vidavon on my son, my Gravedigger. Yeah, nice. Yeah, like I was telling you, you're going to have the long links for that. Let's go ahead and open this Arlo package up. I'm buying the SCX6, but it's so expensive. SCX6, you're looking at, what, about $1,200 with tax? Oh. I got some little things for Gold Digger. I mean, Gold Member. So I got those on there. They're glued on. Just got that done. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. Yeah, Jared. Is the lag that bad? Okay, maybe it's not too bad. But anyway, it actually comes in a nice case. That's nice. Let's get this thing opened up. Gold Digger. There's actually a real buggy, a real bouncer buggy named Gold Digger. All right, get off of there. This is like a briefcase of doom. See, I've got to show all this on my video as well because of all this. Yeah, I'm really happy with how that truck turned out. Oh, look at this. That thing looks nice. Whoa, it's got like micro pins on it, on the tires. Not going to do so well on my track. On like a hard clay track? Yeah, for sure. Looks like I can get my thumb on that. That's a good thing. Amarillo, Arlo. Woo, look at the carbon. That was one of the things I liked about the 1/14th one or 1/16th. All the carbon that they put onto it. Really nice. All right, we got, here's the wing right here. We've got more stuff in a little packet right there. Shid my pant, no. No, Lord Exo and everyone else. What's up, Christopher? That's really sweet. Yeah. Oh, shit, huh? Anyways, this right here, we have, looks like replacement arms, wheel hexes, the good old 4-way wrench. Very nice, full accessory kit. So that's nice. I want to get the body off of this thing, get a good peek underneath here. Yeah, I think for a good hard pack track, these tires will probably be really good, but this are quite possibly empty. As long as they have some oil in them, they'll be okay. They got bolt the wing on. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'll do that when I actually get the video and all that taken care of. Yeah, that case is really nice, man. I'm really impressed with the case. Pop this thing out. 3 body clips. See, we got carbon shock towers on it, front and back. It comes with a 2S lipo, and the receiver actually came loose and stuck to the lipo. Apparently, shipping wasn't very nice with this thing. Lipo is a little 2800 milliamp 2S. Now, with the 1/14th, I can go grab that if you guys want me to do a side-by-side on that. I've got that one, but I've changed the ESC out to a Mamba X. So I'm gonna stick the receiver right there. Pretty much the same setup as on the smaller one. So, and on the smaller one, I can tell you right now, the stock motor's got plenty. As far as the brazen scale high-low Killer Yoda, I do want to show you guys that. On the channel up and continue to grow. Thank you, Blitz RC. Why do things that come in a slick case like that make me want to buy them? Charlie, I don't know. But every time I see a Traxxas video, I want to buy whatever it is they're showing. They are really good at videos, man. Really good. But speaking of the high-low, this is where I'm at with that. I still got to work on links. I'm trying to use the Power Hobby links right there. This is a Vidavon Bronco front end. So straight axle front, TRX4 rear, and I'm going to have this selectable diff locker on this thing. So I'll be able to actually lock and unlock the rear end. I ordered all of these DravTech shocks again, and I should have ordered the offsets. Like, I knew better than to order more without more offsets. But this is the way I'm looking at making this thing. I've got a 2-low transmission, and I've got that turned around so the overdrive is going to the back. Okay, link fell off, it wasn't bolted in. But anyway, the overdrive is running to the back. So I'm hoping that I don't end up with like 70% overdrive or something. I do have the underdrive gears by Vanquish in here, Vanquish or Incision. I do have the underdrive gears in here. I have the overdrive gears in here, the ring and pinion. So hopefully I can get, I'd like to be around 30%, maybe 40 on the overall overdrive. I'm not sure how much the 2-low gets here, but it's definitely got an overdrive going to be coming to the back. The front drive shaft, which obviously I've got some link work to do here. The front drive shaft is going to be like perfectly in line. Obviously, I've got to, do that, but the front drive shaft will be perfectly in line. The rear is center, so my drive line, is not going to be crossing over or doing any crazy stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to this one. I just got to complete it, and I got to figure out links, because right now it's about 11.5-inch wheelbase with the links I've got on it. So I'm probably going to stretch the front out a little bit, do a little bit more link work here, and see if I can put, I've got a long Traxxas link here, a short link here. I'm going to put 2 long ones on here to kind of bring that out. And then all I need are upper links. And I think I should be all set. But it's one of those things that's kind of coming together slower than what I had planned for. So set that over there. Transmitter Arlo, not bad, but you guys know I'm putting a GT5 in here. Yeah, you guys know I'm putting a GT5 in that. I think we should power it up. They still got that same little bitty issue down here. Ever built a brazen scale high-low killer? Yeah, I was showing you that one. Pin tires work on just about everything. Yeah, but my sand out there, when it gets fluffy, they're not going to work. How much was it? I want to say it was about 200 bucks. So they had a special on them at the start. I'm not sure if the special's still going. It was like a limited first 200 or something, half price. So I got that. How about the extra 2 gram tire? I think it was nasty. Better ESC and motor. Yeah, but I put a better ESC and motor in that thing, and I'll be up breaking those gears and stuff. I have the XRT and a Creighton 8S I got from Sean Larman at Jack's RC Recycle and Repair. It is box stock Creighton. I couldn't exactly run my modified Creighton, which I probably will when I'm done with it, which will be full 12S. Oh man, you guys wait till I get on that project. But regardless, I got a stock one. So I'm going to do a few tests in the backyard, and we're going to see which one can get around the track fastest. But the XRT is currently untouched or unmodified, but I do have an idea, a different way to power the truck. It should be pretty interesting. It should wake it up and actually do really good. Hopefully. Works. 3 weeks of it shipped. Lockable axle. I'm hoping the lockable axle is going to work out. I'm kind of curious as to how it'll turn with the open diff in the back versus being able to lock it, all that stuff. It's going to be, I can't wait to see that project. Too low. All right, so the too low is 30%. Thank you, Killer Yoda. So that means I'll have 30% running to the back. And then with the overdrive here, the underdrive here, that might put me somewhere where I need to be. Thank you for that info, Killer Yoda. I did not know the actual percentage of that. Yeah, we just go down. You were in that area. Buddy told me. Yeah, you can totally run that. Chuck's RC, buddy, thank you. Yeah, Exoplex is open on the weekends. It's open this Sunday. I won't be here. David will be running that, and I'll be at Lake City at the Barbarian Scaleplex, and that's where I'm doing the competition. And we got five comps in this series. I'm trying to run a different vehicle every time. Okay, I'm no longer running for points. I'm not in the point series and all that. I'm just running to run. So far, I have run. We've had 2. So I have run this one right here, which is the Dirty South, all Capra front, 10.3 rear. That's a beast of a truck, let me tell you. Then I ran Gold Member. No, I did not run Gold Member. No, I did not. Hold on, maybe I did. I forget. But it was something. But anyway, this is the 3rd event, and I'm going to try to run something completely different here. I believe I've got to run the new blue truck, which you guys actually haven't seen that, have you? I'm closer now. Chuck's, it's in Lake City, so not very far. Exit 301, and you'll go north onto Bond Street, and then left onto Friendship, and then left again onto Rebel Place, and then it's at the very end on the right. I missed the beginning. Whose RC are we looking at? I saw the case, but I can't. Oh, that was Arlo, which is also Amarillo. So 1/12 Buggy that they just came out with. So it's pretty darn nice. Lots of carbon, just like their 1/14 was. Let's see, what carrier bearing? Why overdrive on the rear? Want it pushed to front? Crazy Crawler. The reason for the overdrive on the rear is because we got like a 412 to 1 or something like this with the underdrive, and the back is like 7.5 to 1. So I'm trying to even that out as best I can, or to get some overdrive up front. But I don't want like I think I calculated it out with stock gears at like 70 or 75% overdrive. That's too much. So I'm hoping to get in the end around 30%. So that's why I'm trying to do the overdrive running to the back versus the front, because of the axle ratio of a straight front axle versus a portal rear. My goodness. So that's the reason for doing the overdrive to the back. If for some reason it's like perfectly even, then I may put overdrive gears in the front axle to get me the overdrive that I need. Yeah, Broken Monkey, I definitely got some work. I'm thinking if I can't get 5 brand new vehicles, what I may do for the finale is just break out good old Superlight SV1. The original Superlight for me. This old guy right here. The original Superlight. This is what changed my whole build strategy right here, guys. Amazon $15, $16 chassis, like a SMT transmission with all plastic gears. I've got a Furatech ESC in this thing, the 110 with the I think the 1950 kV, no 1400 kV Komodo motor, I guess you'd call it is. Whatever it is. 35 kg servo. The HK Hobbies. This is what really changed my whole build strategy from going to 8-9 pound trucks to 4 pound trucks. So made a world of a difference. I mean, that truck still holds its own. When I get gold member or the new Power Hobby. This is the Power Hobby truck. You guys have only seen 1 or 2 videos of this one, maybe. I think the channel members have had more on it, but this is actually my newest creation right here. And to get all the turn and articulation, I had to get stupid with the cut on the front. I had to get stupid with it. So what I did was, hopefully you guys can see it, I put some Lexan and painted it black and just glued it right into there. So I really didn't want the battery hanging out and all that stuff. So, but this is the Power Hobby chassis. You guys can see the setup right there. See the little pieces I put there kind of hide the electronics a little bit. So this is basically a 10-2 put into the chassis. The Power Hobby chassis kit is 60 bucks. Got it from Dixieland RC, and it comes with the links and everything. So I've also got a Vidavon drive shaft on this, and that is working perfectly. So I got the shock bands by D's RC on the back to kind of keep that in check. The front has DravTex on it, and that is pretty much it. Oh, it does have the SSD brass down here at the knuckles. So this one has a Amazon special servo on axle mount. So anyway, I believe this is going to be the truck that I run at this particular event. So, and I really like the straight front with the portal rear. I really like that, but this one is straight front and back. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah. So hopefully I can at least get close to a win, even though my wins don't count. But I love the competition, and I don't want to quit the competition, but I'm ready to have somebody else, you know, take the big trophy home. I've got so many of them. But anyway, I have retired from competition. So, yeah. Anyways, there you go. You know, that'll sit up there. All right, let's see where we are at here. Let me see. White overdrive the rear. Run that dog. If you're local, you're welcome to come out. I'll be glad to run you. And I'll do it one-handed. And I'll record my runs. Chris Johnson, what's up? RT6, hit that like button. Andrew Texiera, what gearing are you running on the Max 4 in the Losi? The Losi, the DBXLE. I think I've got a 22 tooth pinion gear with a stock spur. If I'll make drive axles for SCX6, I've enjoyed the driver's side twisted. Craig Engelman, yes, Vidavon does have axle shafts. You're talking about for the front or the rear? I've got probably 3 fronts in there. So I do have front axles. If that's what you're talking about for the rear, I believe I have a couple stock ones in there. When Vidavon sells his rear axle housings, it comes with new rear axle shafts in it. Stage dive. Oh, stage dive. That was not that one. Stage dive. Stage dive. That must be in my other room. No. Here it is. Right here. Here's the stage dive. If you guys are familiar with that, you're asking about this one. This truck drives really good. My issue with it is dealing with that right there. When I put mine in, You can see that kind of hang on my forehead right there. See that? That's the #1 issue that I have with this chassis. Otherwise, it's a very good running chassis. It runs beautifully. But that hang up right there, right between my eyes, that's where the issue is. So that's the only issue that I have with it. Otherwise, that thing runs beautifully. My go-to, my VS410, pieces here and there, RBG. I got the 410. Let's see the blue one. You're talking about the stage die that I just showed, or the one that I just had up here with the cut on it? I mean, that's the only blue one I can see, unless you're talking about the LMT. Guys, there are 93 of a song, 4 likes. 4 likes? I see 50 on mine. Yeah, that gold truck was the blue truck. Oh, okay. I do have too many belly draggers. I do, but it seems to be where I'm going with my builds, you know. I say I've got trail trucks like the TRX4, the Bronco, but I rarely just go on a trail. And in all honesty, my first choice for a trail truck here lately, when I did get on a trail, like up at Cherokee Rock Village, has been the SCX 10-3 Base Camp. I really like that truck. Clean, simple design. I really like that truck. Okay. Ford motor. Brian, I've seen the Ford motor chassis transmission and all that stuff. I just haven't. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get into that. I mean, that's about the only thing I haven't built, right? So, do I have any black axle housings for the SCX6? I don't believe I do. I just had a shipment come in, and one guy bought pretty much black everything. I believe I've got the silver with the black diff covers in stock. What's the truck next to the LMT on the jack stands? That one? That's the Axial Base Camp. Really like that truck. What does that say? Shafts hold up to max 6XS. Oh yeah, easy. Yeah, Craig, no problem. I mean, I should try to power up the SCX6 here and show you guys what I broke on that. All right, let's see if I can get this thing on the table here, because you guys are going to like this one. Let me see. This is my radio for it. Yep. No, that's my Creighton 8S. Oh, I see my radio for it. Hang on. I'll send it to you if you want it. This is my trail truck as a Scramble GC on a C-Max. I had a C-Max, and I ended up giving it away. Send it to you. Shipping both ways, Brian, is kind of a pain in the butt, man, and it can get stupid expensive. I appreciate the offer, buddy. Greg, recommended by Joe. All right, so let me see here. SCX6. Yeah, I haven't even changed the name of my radio yet. This thing right here is amazing. All right, yeah, this is the side that's broke right here. Get this thing turned over. You guys can actually see the tires on this thing, even with the camera turned up. The new Element Enduro. I don't know if I want to mess with that one. All right, so I got to get this up to where you guys can see it. All right, there we go. Let's see here. You guys ready? Hopefully I don't. Look at that. And what's crazy is I busted the thing, and I'm like, well, it's still driving. I put this thing about 15 feet up after that. It took it. So it was just really just a really bad landing. I might put the other stock housing in it and just hammer out the stock shaft, which that's actually what it's got. Let me check those pins. Let me see. Pin up. Got one of them starting to come out right there. Okay, just that one. I'll hammer that back in. But anyways, I broke that. As soon as I got home, I jumped out. Working right now is horrible with the time change the way it is. I hate it. Can't do what I want to do outside. Well, SCX RC South Florida RC. I've got it in my editor, so it'll be there. Let me see if I can find you guys a clip real quick. Gotta be careful. Let me see. I tried to backflip it, and I actually got a backflip, but didn't land it. So let me see here. All right, let me see here. I'm gonna slow this clip down a little bit so you guys can see it on there. All right, see what we can do here. See that right there. You can see that tire wiggling in the air. So yeah, I sent it. I was not bashful with it. But anyways, you guys will see that soon. Don't worry, it's coming. I just got a Mojave EXB. I was hoping to get the Vidavon A-arms front and back, but of course, when I wanted to purchase, they disappeared. I don't think he makes the suspension arms for that yet. If he does, I can get them. I know I've got the new longer dog bones, because if you land wrong, the dog bone will actually, as the suspension compresses, the dog bones actually pull out of the cups. So if you land really hard on one corner, especially the front, it'll pull out and it'll be half in and half out of the outdrive. And if you decide to keep on driving thinking you'll pop it back in, no, you just end up with more work. But I do have the longer axles. Two chassis. Build it, Craig. That thing handled like a giant rift. That does not handle like a rift. No, I need more gearing or put 6S on it. That was just 4S. It doesn't quite like to come up and give you air control like a rift does. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm telling you. I think Axial ever imagined that when they developed? No, they did not. No, they did not. If you got rid of daylight saving, this would be the timeline we would always be on. Dark at 9. I wanted to go back the way it was. So when I get off of work, I can actually do stuff outside. And then it's been overcast the last few evenings, so it's like, that doesn't really help me. Yeah, Chuck, it's not like a giant rift. Now, what I do need to do, I haven't even recorded the outro yet. I do need to thin up the shock oil. It is a little bit too thick, especially when, messing around normal driving. Jumping like that, the thick oil is fine, but normal driving, yeah, it's a little bit too thick. It doesn't move fast enough. Turtle RC. My store will not be online until January. Now, as the store gets built, okay, I believe it will be accessible, as in like if I share a link, but it won't be, I believe so. I mean, I'm getting the site built. We have a ton of work to do on the website, but I believe I'll be able to actually share the website to you and you'll see what I have in stock. But general open to the public, that's not going to happen until January. Let me put Exocaged RC at yahoo.com. That's my email. You can send me an email there, and I can Pin message. All right, there we go. That's my email address. You can send me an email if I have what you need in stock. We can get the payment taken care of and it ships out the next day. All right, dream big, build small. There was a law to stay on daylight savings that passed Senate. Yeah, I wish we could stay on daylight savings. And drive and get it. Just gotta drive down and get it. Oh, Chuck, come out to well, this Sunday we've got the Winter Series event 2. Yeah, it's event 2. Well, the first one that was the warm up. So there was a launch that's taken. Let's see. I got all my videos off from Joey's quite quick with shipping. Chuck, let me tell you guys, if I have it in stock, yes, it goes out the very next business day. If I happen to be off playing sick from work, sometimes I can get it out same day. But if I have to order it, some of my orders from Vidavon are $6,000 and $7,000 an order, so it can take a while. It can take a few weeks for me to even get the order and then ship it to you. You can always order directly through Arthur Saying. With the DHL shipping that has to go on top of everything, you'll probably pay a little bit more, because when I get a big shipment, I can kind of not mess with the DHL. I can just ship it normally. So I kind of take care of that for you guys. Some of the DHL shipments to me have been like $400, $450 just in shipping. Justin, curious to Traxxas stuff. You always change. Most of the time, especially with the crawlers, those are very basic ESCs, basic motors, and are not really all that high quality in all honesty. Now, with the XRT, people are saying that they put a Max 6 in there. Oh man, that boosted it way up. Well, it probably does, because you can adjust the punch on a Max 6 and actually get more punch on it. Right now, I still have the stock ESC. I have a game plan. I'm going to do something else. But first, I've got to get my stock XRT versus stock Creighton video done. Hopefully, I can get that recorded tomorrow. I tried tonight, but I ran out of time. I ran out of daylight, put it that way. It was horrible. But anyways, hopefully I can get that recorded tomorrow. And at that point, once I get that video done, then I'm going to start some mods with the XRT. I've got the mount from Bauhaus, which bolts right on. I have a selection of motors that can go in. I have a 1500 kV Poseidon motor that's 4.2 inches long. It may actually fit. Maybe I can keep the dual fans. Maybe. I also have a TP Power 2200. I think that might be a little bit much, but it is 8S rated, and I have put it on 8S before. So, I don't know. I'll probably try the Poseidon 1500 first, and just to see how that works. Because you'll be going from a 1200 to a 1500. So I could probably keep about the stock gearing and actually get more speed, power, torque. Because, of course, I'll be swapping the ESCs out as well. What kind of motorhomes I'll be going to come out with for the SCX6? David Pig, I have no idea, but just a crazy guess. I'd probably say some kind of a revolver, because that's kind of his thing. Unless he comes out with a big Polar Pro, that would be nice. Big old 56 millimeter Polar Pro. Dude, put that in the X-Max. My X is killing him, SCX6. Nice, nice. Yeah. I don't think Holmes has any 5th scale servos yet, does he? Might be soon. Appreciate the work you do. Kick out killer content. Thank you, Jay Steele. slow crawling stuff. I mean, basically inspired me to start my own channel. Buddy, stay at it, man. Stay at that channel. That channel, if you, depending on what you want out of the channel, it can become your life. Ask me how I know. Try my shock setup with the Vidant O-rings and Fox shock oils. A game changer. No more oil leaks. On which shocks? The only shocks I have consistent oil leaks on are the Raminator shocks. Other than that, most of my other shocks are fine. Do I plan to do anything more with a TRX-M? Yes, I am. The first thing is going to be the servo, and then I'm going to look at putting a ESC receiver, motor of some kind. I'm just waiting for stuff to come out that I can bolt in, because I'd rather show you guys a bolt-in product that you can actually go pick up for yours versus fabricating something, a one-off something that works here that I can't produce for you guys. You know, I'd rather show something that you guys can go pick up, put on yours, or say, hey, I don't like that product, I'm going to use whatever this other brand is. But yeah, it's definitely going to get some upgrades to it. I think I want to go with the low crawler gears in it first. Maybe that, then a faster motor, the 99 micro servo. Then I'll see something about the ESC. Yeah, it's going to get modded. It's going to take me a little while, though. Integy piggybacks. I've never had to mess with Integy piggybacks. Hyperflow fans. What's up, man? For Creighton 6S. My Creighton 6S is fine on the stock shocks. I haven't felt the need to change them. Good deal. Glad to hear that. Nice. Maybe we'll come out with some fast ones too. I got you on got a second. Okay. Yeah, give me a message, Jay Steele. I'm on my mom's comp. Oh, computer. So this is her son? Do you have Duratrax tires on my RCs? I do have a few Duratrax tires. I have the 6-pack, and I have something somewhere else as well. The only issue I have, they're all like X-Maxes and the little Outcast 8S. I've had to re-glue them quite a bit. Same with the Power Hobby tires. The tires seem to be good. They don't like to stick very well, though. Buddy, I have no idea what to do. I literally parked my Raminator under the table, and I put styrofoam plates under all four corners. I don't know what to do. And I believe it's those new V3 shocks that are leaking. I've got 8 shocks on mine, by the way. I believe it's the new V3s. I did rebuild the V2 shocks. But, yeah, I got to put plates under them. Right, South Florida. And see, DSM Off-Road, he has a bracket he's already made for this. So if you guys go to DSM Off-Road, it might be on his site already. You can bolt the 99 micro in or the 179. So it's supposed to be a direct bolt in. Leave it big. I try to check out things, buddy. When will you be back at Exoplex? When will I be back at the Exoplex? I'm here every day, buddy. But not this Sunday. Next Sunday, I'll be back here. And I hope to do some racing and having some fun and all that wonderful stuff. I'll be honest with you guys. When I go to Barbarian to comp the crawlers, I love it. But in many ways, I'd rather be right here racing and crawling right here. I know that sounds crazy. I'm here every day, but I really enjoy it back there. I really do. Go remember, this is here an affordable chassis. Dude, it really does do good, man. It really does. Cool beans. The V2 in front of the V3, and we're both leaking all four. Well, there you go, Octavia. I have no idea what. I know some guys, they do the green slime on the smaller shocks. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. All right, Chuck. So I'll be waiting for you. South Florida. Yeah, the cleanup video, man, that was a ton of work. A ton of work. I mean, I couldn't even see the rocks on some of it, but yeah, the tree, my game plan was to just knock it loose and fell it down, but that didn't work. And then that chainsaw, that stupid chainsaw, that thing fired up 3 pulls when I put oil in it and all that, and 3 pulls. I go out there and get in front of the camera, and it takes like 400 pulls. Man. But $109 I bought that chainsaw for on Amazon. I've cut up multiple trees into pieces small enough I can move with the tractor. I've cut a ton of stuff with that little chainsaw. Well worth the $109 I spent for that. $20-foot high concrete crawler mountain. I'm not planning for that one there, buddy. I would like to have a nice concrete launch ramp, though. You know, something that is consistent and I could have a nice launch with, you know, for like the X-Maxes. Now, I have the track over to the left side, the left corner. I still have all of this area where I had the dirt pile and all that. Eventually, I'm going to have all that dirted in so that'll all be raised up. And the game plan is to just simply have a basher area with some hills, jumps, and just a mess around play area, basically. Driving the truck over. I got to put the small tires on it. And literally, I drive my truck from, it's under my dining room area and my dining room desk thing. It's underneath that. I drive it through my home out to the porch, and that's when I put the big tires on. And usually I drive it down my stairs. Getting it up the stairs is kind of interesting. I grab the back of it, and I pick it up, and I kind of push, and I give it throttle, and the front tires climb the stairs, one stair at a time. So I'm actually driving in, pushing the truck. It's an odd thing, but it works. Craig, I don't want to do that kind of work every day, buddy. I don't want to do the work I do now every day. Might go well. Tom, you're in the north. We're going to come look up. Come to the Boneyard Crawler course. Yeah. When I do go up north, I'm usually around the Ackworth area. Actually, Ackworth is here. I'm kind of like 575, just north of 575. I'm not exact, or not too far from the Bells Ferry Road area, but I'm up in that area. That's where I go. If I go up there and I have plenty of daytime or like some slack time, I like to run over to that park in Leesburg, Cherokee Rock Village. Place is awesome. Do I have room to do a trail in the woods? I do, sort of. And I say sort of because, I mean, I've got permission from my neighbors that it's not my property. But I don't want to go building on somebody else's property. Craig, buddy, here in Florida, it's flip-flop season all year long. It really is. At least I did say be careful with these things, right? I did say that. When I make the Rift to FPV vehicle. Yeah. Chuck, one of the best FPV videos I've ever seen. A guy put a camera and it was motion. He could move it, all that. It was a summit video. And he drove it out like down a dock and people were there. And he turned the camera up and look at them and keep going. That was like the best FPV video I've ever seen. I have no idea who it was, It was just awesome. Awesome RC craze. So I grew up, yeah, landscaping is what I do. Usually when I do the workout there, it's like a spur of the moment kind of thing, you know? And usually I just take my little 40-volt blower and take care of the rocks. But this needed some actual gas power. Demarest, Georgia. I think I've been through Demarest. I got you new. How you doing? What's up, Ryan? I saw one like that. Tonka converted our seed. Wave at people. That would be pretty neat. Rocket launch tonight, tomorrow, 1 a.m. I will be sleeping at 1 a.m. And besides, it's probably overcast. I wouldn't be able to see it anyway. 4 Losi 5Ts. I need somewhere. Wow, 4 Losi 5Ts. I would say you could bring it out here, but my track, it won't hold together under big power like that. It really does not like to hold together very well. Dream big. Well, that's one of the good things about Florida. Winter is our best time here. Fall this year was actually pretty nice. Usually it's like boiling hot all the way up into November. But we've actually had a nice cool over here. But I think you guys up north are getting frozen right now. So I guess when it's cool here, you guys are in a deep freeze up there, huh? No flip-flops. Wheelchair for 2 years now, so it don't matter what I put on my feet. Yeah. That would be it right there, buddy. So, anyways, what have I done recently that you guys want to see? I know I've done a bunch of stuff recently. Oh, I've got another Rift video coming up. I've got... You guys know when I did the video with these right here in the Rift, I did like the tire compression test. I gotta find my other one. It's somewhere around here. But anyways, yeah, I gotta find it. But what I'm doing, all right, never mind. What I've got are, like, the ones I showed were real soft on the outside edge. The ones I'm replacing with are a lot stiffer out here, and it's very noticeable. Not these, though. I got to find the actual other one that I have. But yeah, it should hold a little bit better than compressing all the way to the edge of the wheel. So, and then these will go into another set of tires where I'll crawl with them. Maybe I'll do something with Thor on them. There you go. I know you guys know what that was for, right? Anyways, Capras. The only Capra I've got is the little 1/18th or 1/12th, whatever they want to call it. DBXLE. You can see the tire sitting up there. I actually have not run that since I did that last video with the Super Spikes. I actually have not even driven that vehicle. I don't think there's any 3.8 anti-foams. 1.6, you're talking about the bouncer right there? Yeah, you'll be seeing that along with the 124 Bronco. I've had the body pop off of this quite a bit. The 124 Bronco and the Capra and some other action in the No Man Left Behind event video when I get that one put up. Can you tell me my shock setup on Gold Member? Gold Member. Yes, let's look at this thing. My shock set up here. I have DriveTex front and back. It's got the soft in the back and the mediums up front as far as the springs. And I have 10 weight shock oil in these. For me, where I'm at, 10 weight seems to work perfectly. I tried the 45 weight, and although it was really good in the rocks, as I was traveling like I do on my other ones, you know, like I've got to like travel for the courses, it was so stiff it would not even, the suspension just wouldn't move. So, and also hopefully you guys have seen this video. Three Brothers RC, G13 Pro. This servo is good to 5S. 5S. So you could actually take that servo, DSM mount right there. He just came out with those. You could take that and put into like a 4S racer. I mean, I don't know that you would need 4S on a direct power on a racer. I mean, usually the ESCs are plenty enough to handle those, but I don't know. Maybe one day. Bust Nut Joe hasn't worn jeans for 18 years. Dude, I want you to know I've got 2 pairs of pants. And those pants get worn for almost a week every year. Maybe 6 or 7 days. Maybe. Let me see. Very cool. You tell me your... yep, just got that one on for Rob. DVS2 one. Can't wait. What upgrades are there? Okay. Austin Thrill Kill. The number one thing that I found wrong with mine, and in box stock form, you hit the throttle and all that, and you hit the brakes, you'll hear the gear skip. It's the ring and pinion. Okay, so it doesn't matter what brand you go with, but get metal bulkheads front and back, or metal gear cases that go in the little vertical pieces, or something to keep your ring and pinions secure. That's the number one issue that I had with mine right out of the box. It's fine for gas because gas is, you know, not as violent, not as vicious, you know, as the electric is. So, but other than that, run it and have fun. That's a lot of S's. You're right. I do too. I like my suspension to move, Craig. Will you be going over the new Element Sport Edition? I saw that. I don't know. It just hasn't. They didn't get my money for that one. I mean, I saw it. It looks like they really stripped down a lot of stuff on that thing. I mean, I believe it comes with bushings and all that. I mean, come on. The bearings would cost that manufacturer what? $2? Probably. Yeah. Sometimes they cheap out on things that really shouldn't be cheaped out on. I don't know. I'm sure it's a good truck. I'm sure it's a good truck. I just don't plan on getting that one. These two spawns. Yeah, buddy. Dude, that fixes everything, man. You know, more axles popping out of the Mojave, all that stuff. Flip it up, Nick. What's my favorite car or truck? Buddy, it depends on what I'm driving. Every time I drive one of these things, no matter what it is, whether it's the big Vitavon X Max or that, or even this, a two-wheel drive XL Bandit. I want to do mods to it. And I actually went on A-Main and picked up a bunch of mods for this little guy. So some VXL parts and this and all that. But anyway, you guys will see this one. I'm going to be running this on sand paddles. So I ordered Exotech axle shafts for it. The VXL hubs. Because these hubs have bushings in them. Bushings. But I'm going to put the bearing hubs into there and the front. And I believe I ordered some turnbuckles for it. And I believe that might have been it. I probably should have ordered the hinge pins, but I didn't. All right, I thought it was plugged up for a second. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys before this video goes up, I might put this one up tomorrow. I thought all XL5s were actually 3S compatible. No. I have Hex Hardware. No, it's got pins on it. So, yeah. But anyway, I thought all XL5s were 3S compatible. The stock one is not. So I went looking, then I found one of my XL5s I had out of the one of the crawlers, TRX4s. Boom, put it in, changed the programming, and that actually works pretty darn good. And believe it or not, the little Titan 12 turn actually survived. I did pick up another motor though. At the No Man Left Behind event, Sean had a like an older 19 or 17 turn motor or something like that. So I'm going to be trying that out as well. And this already has the GT5 radio in it. So yeah. But anyway, the reason is I want a cheap starter class at the Exoplex when I start racing. So my thoughts are that a cheap starter class, there has to be a two-wheel drive buggy that you can buy for less than $200. $199.99 plus tax is fine, but it's got to be RTR for $200 or less. You got to keep the stock chassis, got to keep the stock transmission, and the rest of it you can update as you want, servo, radio, motor, ESC, but it must stay brushed. When I try this other motor, just for the heck of it, if 2S can get everything, then 2S will be the limit, which will make everybody have to drive. So in the video, it took 3S to get across everything pretty good. Then it kind of caught wind and stuff like that. But anyways, I want to keep that as a basic, base, cheap class to get into racing. And I figure it's so small, it's so light, you can put sand paddles on it and not tear up the track. Too bad. All right, let's see here. Yeah, Craig, I've got some Slash stuff. Most of it is the actual Bandit. DX. Fast lane machines for the Bandit. Stream. See, I don't want to get too crazy with that. I want to keep it light and just the bare minimum for durability. So, Joe Moore, anyways, please. Use now. Anyways, I guess I'll use now. Now, anyways. What servo do you have in the X-Max? Which one? I've got the Raw 501. I have the 2085X and another one. And then Big Red X-Max up there has a Beast 1000 by Reese. Also got an SBR 2.0. What did you end up doing to fix the weak rear cage? If you go to eBay and you look up rear support for that truck, you'll find it. They're out of the UK. You got to order them. I think it was around 45 to 50 bucks when I ordered mine. And it's a piece of sheet metal, basically a stamped piece of metal that goes along the frame. And that really helps it out a lot. So nobody here in the States makes that as far as what I saw. Can it be easily replicated here? Yeah, sure can. But I don't know of anybody that's doing it. Jeff Skirgus, what's up? What tire foam do you recommend for Vanquish, hot racing, upgraded axial bomber? Heck, if you're going to be bashing it and jumping it, decent set of stiff single foams, just something cheap. If you want to do crawling, you might can look at some of these. These are the squid inserts. So sometimes these right here might be good for crawling. They don't have any side roll to them, so nice and stable. Might be something to look at. But if you're going to be bashing around and just raising heck, man, stock foams might be fine. They absorb, the tires absorb and all that, which is what these do as well. Shock towers. Oh, I did order shock towers, and I believe I got the RPM shock towers for it. I did order the shock towers because I have seen those break on like the little two-wheel drive Stampedes, and they're very similar. How long do X-Max motor bearings last? Buddy, they could last 1 run, 2 runs, half a year. It all depends on you, really, how hard you push it. But those bearings, they take a beating. And what I would do about every 2 runs, pull the cover off and just give the pinion a shake. If you hear it kind of like have like a metallic wobble to it, or you can feel it move like a kind of a clunk, don't run it. Because if you mess those bearings up, the little balls come out, they go into the rotor, between the rotor and the stator, and dude, you'll tear your entire motor up for $2 worth of bearings. So it pays to just give that pinion gear a little wiggle and see what you got, you know? Really, that's an important thing. Bearings, that's a good question. Carbon fiber rails. Bonehead has carbon fiber braces? Really? So somebody is making them here? I did not know that. Carbon fiber too, that's nice. Seen your gold member video just now. Pull the trigger and order some DravTech shocks. Man, I like the DravTech shocks, but every time I order them, it's like $150. And the last time I ordered 6 of them, I spent right at about 180 something. And I still didn't. I should have ordered another set of the offset caps. I need another set of offset caps. So that's what, $10 plus another $10 shipping? Yeah, I should know better than to not order everything I could possibly need at one time. All right, Eli, there you go. But if you're getting 10 runs, you're doing good. Just stock up on them and change them out. Broken monkey. All right, buddy. Thank you. Fix it up, Nick. Arrma 8S Outcast. What do you think about it? We just got one, and what should we upgrade first? The biggest thing that I had issue with mine was breaking the pins on the rear axles. When you launch on that particular vehicle, the pins actually bottom out on the slots on the outdrives, and that can actually bend the axles. So long as you don't break the pin, you can take the axle out and hammer it back straight. But other than that, I mean, heck, run the thing. As far as like if you want to upgrade the servo saver, I really like the hot racing unit. That's a nice little servo saver for that thing. There you go, Eli. 178 is what I spent with offset caps, and there you go. Yeah, I've got a bunch of springs here because I first ordered them and all my springs were wrong. Nothing would sit the way I wanted it. So it was a learning experience, and apparently I haven't learned it enough to get all the offset shock caps that I need. DBXLE spring updates. They're still springing, doing fine. Yes, sir, Eli. Nelson, which LCG chassis do you recommend for AR44s? You're talking about the straight axles. Heck, I guess just about any of them. But the Power Hobby, which is the blue one, actually has SCX 10-2 running gear in it. I'll show you that one in case you missed that one. This one goes up here. This is the Power Hobby chassis for $60. Now, this has full 10-2 driveline in it. Builder's kit driveline. This is a real economical truck, in all honesty. I had to get really stupid with the cut on the body for a full turn, but you can see it's 10-2 driveline. High clearance links, which leaves a drive shaft hanging open, which a lot of times I don't run high clearance links because I'd rather hit the links rather than the drive shaft. Now this chassis does come with the links. The top links are really weird. They come to the outside of the chassis. I didn't like that, so I did this. If you look on the videos, I show the build of this vehicle and how I changed that out. But the Power Hobby chassis is actually pretty nice. It does have a shock tower here, and I cut that off so I didn't have to cut the body to sit down on it. The front shock towers, they actually come all the way back to here or somewhere around here, and it was kind of weird mounting the body down on it because I had to kind of come in, under, and all that, and I didn't like that. Once I figured out the position that I wanted the shocks in, I cut the excess off. And this is here on both sides because of the supercut I had to do to the body. I put an old award in there. But anyway, that's the Power Hobby body. Also the same, the Endura chassis too. And, you know, I believe you can find that. If you look in that video, I believe I linked it up on Amazon. Let me see here. LCD chassis. On that bomber, I have a raw 500 for it. You recommend a servo saver? I do recommend a servo saver, Johnny. And the reason is, as I was driving around with that style vehicle, like on the Rift and all that, I was tearing up servo horns left and right. So I do recommend a servo saver. And as far as a servo saver goes, I like the Trill servo savers. Very nice servo savers. I've got several of them around here on different vehicles. 814 RC Crawlers, what's up, buddy? C-Dub 720, look out. Your back window in about 4.5 hours. See Artemis launch to the moon. I'm going to be asleep, I hope. If I'm up at 1 a.m., I'm really burning the midnight oil to try to get a video done. So someone needs to make S10 bodies. I would love some S10 bodies. I've told, maybe you guys can send some emails to J Concepts. I've told them, take this body right here. Take the fenders off. We don't need the fenders on it. Not front or back. Take the fenders off. The top of the cab, cut it down to about right here. Take about 1/2 inch off the cab. Take the cab about 1/2 inch in at the top. So you have less top to turtle this thing. Whoop, 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 whoop. Less top to turtle it. And then on the back, take it about right here and bring it in about this distance right here. Narrow the bed up to about right here. And then at about this point, dovetail it. So yeah, that's what I've been telling them I would love to see, but I did that as well. But I would love to see that on a creep body. I really would. But a S10 body, I'm all for it. I don't think, has anybody ever made an S10 body? I'm all for more Chevy options, man. Vero Beach. Oh, you should be able to see Artemis go up. 5,000 spent for forest battery. I'll need a bigger one for the DB. Oh boy, the DB XLE will eat up a 5,000 milliamp battery fast, man. Fast. The DB XLE is a major amp hog. Really, stock system will pull the heck out of some batteries, let me tell you. So, like 8,000 milliamp at the minimum for that thing. $200 and under. Let me see. I've got the Saipom has been good. CNHL has been really good for me. The green batteries. I can't think of the name of them. I've got them somewhere over here. Ovonic. Ovonic batteries have been good for me as well. The Huvu batteries I've got, they're okay. They're okay, but you can kind of tell they ain't quite got the punch as the bigger batteries do. They're only 5,500 milliamp as well. All right. Sawyer, what's up, buddy? Colorado. Yeah. I'm going to get an alarm to wake up and watch it. Yeah, I'm just going to go. 814 crawlers. You're kind of right there, buddy. DBXLE pulls a lot of amps. And it's really crazy that they got that thing with just like basically the Spectrum version of a Max 6 on that. They could have done a little bit more on that. I mean, I know when you start gearing it up with the 18 tooth, which is the biggest you can pop right into it, that vehicle wakes up and starts moving, let me tell you. But that amp draw starts going up, and I think I saw 570 amps with an XLX2. I tried the Max 5, And the Max 5 couldn't keep up with the 800 kV motor. It didn't have what it took to run that thing, so I had to put an XLX2 in it, and that got the job done. Now I've got the Max 4 with the 560 kV, and that gets the job done really good, especially on 12S. LiPo battery testing and comparison for 2022. I've got enough different brands of batteries that are current. I can totally do that. I've got the ESR meter. Would you guys like me to test some real quick? That could be interesting on here, couldn't it? Let me get my LiPo meter out. That's actually a good one there. Where can my meter be? All right, this guy right here. I have RCs shoved everywhere. Okay, now I can find this right here, which I can plug into this. We're going to do a LiPo test right now live. Let you guys see some of this stuff. Here's an 8,000 milliamp CNHO. Let me see. Here's a, let me find Hoovu 5500 milliamp. Ovonic 6200 milliamp right here. I should probably go with a smaller one of those. Here's a CNHL 6S 5000 milliamp. See if I got a plug for this. Yes, I do. 11,000 milliamp basher. Oh boy, this is going to get good, guys. Little Gens Ace. And let's see. Turnigy. This is like a $40 battery. Okay. Are you guys ready? We're going to get into some battery testing right here live. Exocaged RC. All right. I guess we'll go with the 8,000 milliamp. Hope you guys are ready for this. I don't know the exact state of charge on these. What I found in my experience in testing batteries, temperature makes a huge difference. And this 8,000 milliamp, that's actually a 3S2P right here. 12.48 volts. I've got to, hopefully, I don't know if you guys can see this. I've got to set the, it's a hundreds. This is a 8,000, so we're not going to mess with that. All right, now with that, I can actually check the individual cells with this right here. So let's go ahead and check. Let's just go right with the middle cell here. All right, we are 96%. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Hopefully you guys can see. If not, I'll just read it to you. 4.16 volts, and for this particular cell, 96% charged. Now this battery right here says 120C. Are you guys ready for the truth? Maximum discharge, safe discharge. This is not the burst, okay? Hopefully you guys can see that 22C is all we're getting. Hopefully you guys can see the amps and all that. Oh boy. I know there's some lag here. I'm trying to get this into here. Maybe you can see a little bit of that. A little bit of that one right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. I mean, anyway, 22C is all we've got on this particular battery here. And I can check every individual cell and all that, but 120C gives me 22C right here. Gens Ace 2S battery right here. This is a 5,000 milliamp. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and set it. I have to trust you a bit better, but not great. Hopefully you guys can see a little bit of it. There we go, 5,000 milliamps right there. Let's see what we've got for this one. See, this is why everybody says, oh, I got this 120C battery, this and that. I'm like, no, you don't. This particular one is 99% charged. And this one, hopefully you guys can see this, 16C. That's all we've got here. 5,000 milliamp Gens Ace. So 16C, that's it. All right, and that one is listed at 50C. So that one is down. I want to go this Turnigy right here. These are cheap batteries. Hopefully we can still get the batteries. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and set this to 5,000. Now this one's showing 15.08 volts, so it's kind of low. Battery temperature is insanely important when it comes to battery output, available output. So we're just going to go right to the middle here. Get that into there. All right, we're actually at storage charge at 3.79 volts. This is like a $40 battery right here, guys. Hopefully you guys can see this. I've got 19C. You guys can see that. 19C. And this one is listed as a 20 to 40C. These batteries right here, these Turnigys, have been the only batteries I have ever seen that's actually got the correct numbers on them. When this battery is heated up, you actually get about 30 to 35C out of this thing. No kidding. All right. Basher 11,000. SMC, they recently changed their lineup and prices have gone down. SMC, they used to have a really good write-up about batteries and this and that, about how fake the discharge ratings are. So, kind of, oh, now this is 11,000. This meter can only go to 10,000. So I'm just going to max it out, okay? That's all I can do here. Actually, I can go... Okay, yeah. Or I can go to 10,000. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go 10,900 milliamp. All right, there's the hundreds. Now let's check the thousands. Okay, 10,000 is all it can do. I'm pushing buttons, guys. Hang on. All right, there's 10,000 milliamp. So I'm 1,000 milliamp off. Let's see what we've got out of this one. All right, 3.75%. We have got, now I wish you guys could see this better, 16C, maximum discharge of 161 amps. So hopefully you guys can see that. Oh, I know, trust me, there is no such thing as a 150C discharge battery. I mean, look at the amps that would come out to with the, when you do all the calculations, 800, 900, 1,000 amps. Well, these wires, you might get a split second of that. You start pulling that steady, the wires are going to light up. I mean, the burst is a different rating than what I'm showing you. This is the safe discharge rating. So that's all I can show you. I don't have a way to show you maximum burst or any of that. I mean, I've seen videos where guys have got, I've got 570 amps, but it was just for a split second, you know. It was not sustained. All right, 6,200 milliamps right here. 16.7 on the charge. Evidently, I was going to drive this somewhere, and I didn't. All right, so 99% charged. Ovonic 6200 milliamp. Hopefully you guys can see it. That is 18C. 18C is all it's got. So capacity makes all the difference in the world, in my opinion. Let's look at the Hoovu. Let's see what we got for Hoovu. I got the Hoovu. I've got the big CNHL 5006S right here. 5500. Come on, maybe get this thing going here. There we go. 4, 5. And this one is listed as 120C. All right. 5500 milliamp right there. All right, so we are, as far as the discharge goes or charge, I've never really noticed the difference on that. And I'm missing a lot of your comments. I apologize, guys. This particular battery right here is 16C with roughly 90 amps. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's hard to see. But that is these cells for that one. We're going to go ahead and check the 6S battery because, well, I don't think we're going to notice anything different. You guys are noticing pretty much everything is right around the 20 or less, right? No matter what's on them. 65C discharge, so they're going to be a little bit closer to correct. Oh man, this uses a, I won't be able to show that to you. I've got the QS8 on there. I don't have that handy. All right, so let's go ahead and show the battery that I got brand new that came with the new Arlo. Let's see what we have here. This is just a little 2800 milliamp. All right, 2800. This one's not going to have a whole lot in it. All right, there we go. This is why it pays to size your battery. On my crawlers with the little bitty batteries, I'm pushing it. But the batteries don't cost but $7 or $8, you know. It's dirt cheap. So I don't mind pushing that a little bit. But when it comes to the bigger vehicles, usually the bigger battery is better. All right, so it came at 74% charged. It has got, 8.92 milliohms on one cell. That's high. That's high resistance. Let's check a different cell here. 8.92 milliohms. That's a lot of resistance. So this is not a battery to push very hard, let me tell you right here. 15C, 43.2 amps. You guys can see that. 15C. That one right there. So I just see your comment about the 100 degrees Fahrenheit is too hot. Buddy, 100 degrees Fahrenheit might seem hot, but it's not. When I've done testing with these things, I've actually put them in boiling water in a Ziploc bag. And I've had these up to 120. And like this right here is like about an 8 ohm battery, 8 ohms per cell, which is really high. Not a high quality battery. For this particular vehicle and the amp draw, it should be fine. But when you heat them up, the internal resistance drops and the available amps out goes way up. So like if I was to give this battery right here a run and come back in and measure it, let me see, what is my average temperature here? I'm at about 78 degrees room temperature. So if this was at about 100 degrees, you'd have a lot more output on this battery right here. Now, past 120, I think you're getting way into the red zone. So you got to adjust your gearing, get your amp loads down and all of that. I see Sawyer posted 80 degrees, best temp for LiPo. No, sir, it's not. It's a good safe degrees, but not really. About 100 to 120 is where you really get your power. If you see the racers, they used to do this. I believe they still do. They would take and set like a battery, whatever it was, a 2S battery, whatever, and they'd seriously hit it with a lot of amps to heat the battery up. They have heating pads and heating blankets to heat the battery up. This way, when they take that 17.5 motor and they have it geared to the moon to make that thing fast, well, guess what? You had the amps available. If the motor needs 100 amps, let's just say that the motor needs 100 amps, but the battery's only good for, say, 50, guess what? You're going to have issues. The ESC is usually good for the 100, but if you only have 50, then the ESC may actually see it as a low voltage condition, and you're like, oh man, my battery's already dead. So heating up the battery, so long as you do it safe, I'm not telling everybody to go out there and put your batteries in a fire pit to heat them up for your X-Max, but yeah, be safe about it, and keep in mind, keep your temps. Don't leave these things sitting out in direct sunlight. I've lost several batteries from that. All right, let's see what we got here. Man, I really miss a lot of them. Do you have a Traxxas battery to try? I do not have a Traxxas battery here. Scott Dubin spec, yes, I agree. They all lie since. Jesse, it's all marketing. And SMC had a great write-up years ago. It's all about marketing. I put my brand on this battery and I list it as 200C. Okay, as where it's the exact same battery and they listed at 120 and I sell for the same price. Which one are you going to buy? The one that has the higher number on the sticker, right? It's all marketing. 1,000 amps I'm doing so. I don't know how much the Max 4 pulls, but that MGM, yeah, that thing can put out some amps, man. I guarantee it can. And as long as your batteries can hit that, like I'm telling you guys, the burst rating is probably is a lot higher than what you're seeing. But you're talking a split second. If you look at the Castle logs and all that, when you see the 570 amps or so, it's for just a little bit, you know, that first blip, you know. Most of them give a burst rating of what, 5 to 20 seconds, you know, and that's kind of being gratuitous, I guess you could say. But anyways, what is max optional temp? Less than 20 at room temperature. You're right, Ethan. Scott, Traxxas being the worst. I haven't really messed with Traxxas Lipos too much, but they're probably like these right here. So I would have to have the splitter to make it to where I can actually check the cells. Now, these 5000s right here, I can tell you guys, I ran these in the Centon. I could tell these did not have a whole lot of runtime. So mediocre batteries right here by Spectrum. And I would have to think the same with Traxxas. All right, if I can get back on these. Amazon Lipo bags say Crazy Crawler. I've actually tested some Lipo bags. If you look on my channel, I've got some Lipo bags and all that I've tested. Where I've put batteries like this. And what I'll do is I'll put the battery connector backwards to a 12-volt car battery. That usually sets these guys off thermonuclear pretty quick. So, and sometimes when I have a group, I'm missing a lot of questions. I apologize. Man, there's a lot of them right here. But a lot of times when I have a group out here, I've got like a water container full of bad batteries that go bad. And understand, every battery out there is going to die at some point. All of them will, just like us. So you can't say, oh, it's a hoovoo, it's junk, and it's where the bashing, oh, that's the best, because the next one going to come out and say, oh, I had the bashers in their junk. Every battery goes poof. You got to do it. And all them batteries back there is dangerous. I should know better. But anyways, Bustnut, you're right. I see your Tesla. Yeah, buddy. Now the Teslas, they have heaters built into them things that are supposed to heat that battery, because they know because, okay, now we're on more temperature here. You can take a battery like this or any of these, and you can heat them up, you get more out of them. When it's cold, they might produce half what you're seeing right now. It might be half what you're seeing. 15C might be 7C. No kidding. And when I was doing flying, I was running little 300 and 400 milliamp batteries, kind of like what I'm running in some of my crawlers now. And I was told to make sure the batteries are warm. When you're in the air, it's almost like a boat. You have a constant load and you'll puff the batteries. I've never actually puffed one. I've never flown in really cold weather, but they said anywhere from about 50 degrees down, you got to start being careful. I don't have any Onyx in here, Trav. Just Morgan Hunt. Bust not. Yep. Fully time battery freezer. These old flapping lips. Yep. We used to put hot hands, hand warmers. There you go, Jesse Matusi. You're correct. Regular same with the car audio amps, where they say now on the car audio amps, peak power is a whole lot higher than RMS power. Been a long time since I messed with that, but yeah, it's kind of like the peak would be the burst on these, then the RMS would be the sustained. And like I say, this right here, I'm showing the max safe. I mean, that's probably good for 20 plus C, the 25C discharge. You know, it might be fine with that. So you kind of got to look at this as the most safe numbers for these batteries. Which is why every darn time I've tested them, these have been the most true numbers. 2040C. When I bought these like 4 or 5 years ago, and I still run these in some of my vehicles, like X-Maxes and stuff. In fact, I'm going to run these in the XRT and the Kraton 8S tomorrow when I do that comparison right here. They've got a punch. And believe it or not, I don't know where I was going with that, but they were about $40 when I bought them years ago a piece. Flapping lips. See, you said there's only 2 lipo manufacturers. I've been told there's 5. I've been told there's 5 of those. What do you think about Power Hobby batteries? Power Hobby batteries, I've got some good Power Hobby batteries. I think I've actually got a 7200 milliamp 4S over there. But I generally, CNHL has run pretty darn good for me. Oh, Vonic's been doing good. The Cypoms have been doing good. So, and I think the Cypoms, they're a little bit overrated, but for what I'm doing, they've held up really good, if that makes any sense at all. I kind of think they're making up for it on the milliamps of that battery. What would you recommend? X200 amp high-tech charger or something else for the 100? The high-tech chargers are pretty good. $140 range. Mine's a $240 range. I know amps have changed. Chargers have changed a little bit. I haven't really looked at the chargers lately, but you should be able to get something nice, a nice 2-bay charger. 100. I'm assuming 100 watt charger. I don't know of any 100 amp chargers for RC. I saw a guy, he posted, I believe it was a XRT, and he had the Hoovus in there, and they both went up in flames. The ESC was a Max 6, and he had an 1100 kV motor. I think it was kind of over-geared a little bit. But yeah, something happened somewhere and actually burnt both of these batteries up. I saw that in the XRT group. Pretty straight on their numbers. The Turnigy are, and I used to order all my batteries from Hobby King. Is Hobby King still a thing? I used to order from them like every 2 weeks. Kind of like I order from A-Main now. All right, Raminator Mega Rift out. Awesome Squatch, man. There have been a few new ones come out in the last 5 years. 12, X Max, no problem. Good, good. JRC. Have you tried the Sky RC battery and load tester? I have not. I have not tried the Sky RC. This is something I got from Hobby King years ago. This was like the only one. And I know some of the chargers, you can actually check the internal resistance with your chargers now. Nice, Trev. Good deal. Max 5, 800 kV. Good, good. That's a good combo. Uh-oh. That's with another question, isn't it? Hands down, heavy battery. Okay, okay. Grizzly, yes, sir. Check out R-Line V5 batteries. I have not messed with those. What I use to find good batteries. I know when you talk to some of the guys, Helios, he told you that he went over there and he did his own tests and all that to get the amp output and all that stuff. So, I mean, if you're actually going to the manufacturer to make sure that the quality's there, it's like, heck, it's like anything. You got this manufacturer, you have your A cells, B cells, C cells, D cells, and it's kind of like, you got to make sure you're getting the A cells. If not, you'll get the D cells for dirt cheap. Man, I saw in one of the Facebook groups, man, you guys have really got me fired up now. One of the Facebook groups, this guy had some Dynamite brand Fire Stick or something like that. Fire Devil, Demon Battery, something like that. And a couple guys got them and they put them on a tester and it came back like 10 to 15 milliohms on the internal resistance. Man, they tore that guy a new one. I think he quit, just completely quit the hobby. I haven't heard anything from it, like, done. The guy was pushing these D-rated cells. And yeah, he got called out pretty bad on that. So I got to be careful on the batteries because, you know, I mean, I did see the guy burn these up. Mine are still in great shape, though. So it's kind of one of them things, you know, batteries, they're going to go bad. Sawyer, I really doubt the 150C is legit. At best, room temperature, you might could get 20 to 25 safe on this. 2-speed trans is now holding up to them. Oh, in the Rift, Trav. Yeah, you probably did all the shaving and all that inside it and everything like that. Seashells. Phantom RC batteries are great. Yeah, see, I see the Phantoms. I see all these different brands of batteries, you know. And you guys are saying they're great. There's another guy going to post up right behind you in the Facebook or something. Oh my God, they're garbage. So it really kind of depends. I have really good luck with batteries. Have I killed them? You bet. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Usually when I have a crowd out here at the Exoplex on a Sunday, if things are kind of died down, everybody's sitting back, I'll ask them, have you ever smelt a lipo fire? Have you ever seen one? Most people have not. So what I'll do is I'll get one of my lipos, I'll take it out there, and I'll puncture it with a pitchfork. And then before I do this, I make sure everybody is upwind. I make sure you got to be safety. These things have a real dangerous gas to them, toxic fumes. But what I do is I make sure everybody's upwind. I bust it. Some of them just smoke. Some of them will flame out. You know, it depends on the battery and everything, you know. But what I do is I tell them, say, look, get close enough to get a hint of that smell. Just so you remember, it's a very different smell. It's not like wood or a 2x4 or leaves or anything. It's a very distinct smell. For me, it's like a rotten paint thinner smell. So, and I do that kind of for safety, you know. If they're messing around in their RC or something and they catch that smell again, they'll remember that smell and they might can get it out and save their homes or their cars or whatever. So that's why I do that. It's not the proper way to dispose of battery, but if I can help somebody get that smell memory in them and help them save their property, family, you know, because these things are bad news. I do it. What is the bouncer cage made of? I believe it is regular steel. Craig Engelman, you're right, buddy. Talking about battery can be really bad. Greatest battery ever, guys. Go out and buy it. Oh my God, Exo said those batteries are good. I buy them. And then all of a sudden I get a short and they burn my house down. It's like, oh, Exo said buy that battery and it burnt my house down. So yeah, Craig, it's kind of touchy. Gotta be careful, man. Tim, see, I'm looking for a new 550 motor to upgrade. What other brand should I look for similar to a Crawlmaster Sport? Man, there's a other brand of crawler motors out there. I cannot think of their names. Brood, B-R-O-O-D. They've got a bunch of nice crawler motors out there. Check them out if you don't want another Crawlmaster. Now, yeah, you want other brands. Okay. I have had bad luck. I have bad luck with batteries. Well, just be safe. Make sure you contain them and don't do like I do. Woo, Hyperion 720 with 40 amps. Ooh, that's the charger that I could get in trouble with right there. My little 100 amp Prodigy 610, I'm fine with that. I can't really get in trouble with that battery, with that charger. Man, C-dubs. I know there was one guy, he messaged me on Facebook Messenger, and he said that one of his Lipos went up in his garage, and him and his wife got it out, but they breathed it in, and they said they're feeling weird. I told them, get to the dang hospital. Are you sure we should be? Like, dude, get your butts to the hospital. That stuff is toxic. I had to, tell him, go to the hospital. Him and his wife, he said, yeah, she's having a hard time breathing. I'm like, go to the hospital. You just breathed in toxic fumes. It's all in your lungs. Your lungs get into your bloodstream. That's not a good thing. I'm not 911. Okay. All right. Let me relax a little. Oh, we got 4 minutes. 4 minutes, guys. Y'all better fire me back up again. So far, it's been a good night, guys. You guys have been awesome. 4 minutes to wind this thing down. And I get to do my outro for that 1.6 bouncer. What censored motor do you recommend for a Rift? Man, the Castle combo with the 2400 kV is a very popular setup, man. I got the 2100 kV Holmes Puller Pro 540L in mine, and it runs pretty good on 4S. But the Castle combo is very popular. What shocks should I get for my Rift? People seem to really like... Let me see if I have them over here. I probably don't have them. The Proline 5-inch shocks. I've got a few sets of them around here. But heck, I haven't broken the stock shocks on mine, and I've jumped mine like an idiot. Ride Dirt, you are 100% correct. Yes. I had some nice Novak stuff, man. Yeah. But as time goes on, things change. If you can't change with the times, you're gone. Leave the house, open up all doors, fancy up. Yeah, buddy, C-dubs, that's bad news, man. Brood motor, makes sense for my. I've never had a Brood motor, Shannon, but I mean, they got some awesome names on them things. Awesome things on there. What is Trump announcing at 4 minutes? Hello from down East Maine. How often do you do lives, Trev? I try to do them every Tuesday, but it's not a guarantee. Work, videos, life, family, things like that. So I try to do every Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And I have thought about getting the new Techno racers and all that, but my track isn't good enough. You know, it's just a sand track. So the Arrma, Typhon, and the Radix 6, the Creighton, and the Sledge, That's fine for me. My Trek isn't at a high enough level really for techno. Simple yes or no to the Traxxas XRT. That is a great big yes. I love my XRT. I've got 3X Maxes, and I've got everything except for the center chassis and a few other parts and pieces to convert one of my X Maxes to a LCG using that chassis. C-dubs, I've got some of them right there on the table like you guys see. Those are usually the ones that are close to being used. I drive everything, you know. But if I get done with a particular battery size or something, like say, I know I'm going to be done with this battery for a while, I'll absolutely put it on the storage charge and I'll store it correctly. Best servo for crawler in your opinion? Direct power, if budget is no option, the Reefs 888. Normal plug and play, again, budget, no, not an issue. The Reefs 1100. The Holmes, I've got a Holmes 650 ordered, so I'll get to see that one soon. The 800 SHV is really good. I've got another one. The 35 kg HK Hobbies is good servo. It's a good budget servo, and it's good to 4S. The new Three Brothers RC G13 Pro is good to 5S. It's direct power. It's got a $100 price point. So that's a pretty good buy in my opinion. Bust nut, really? You're going to ask me how much total cash I have spent on the hobby. My goodness, man. I've got about 80 vehicles. I would probably put an average at each vehicle, probably close to, because I've got some that are about $5,000, like that X-Max, like that DBXLE, like my Creighton's about to be. They're about $5,000 vehicles. That right there is probably around, as it sits, probably around 2,500. When I do the Vidavon stuff, I don't know. I could probably pay off my home. So yeah. But anyways, okay. Let me see here. We are in overtime right now. Bustin', I've got way too much. Way too much. I have never tried the Mini Z's. Craig, I'm a 48 birthday. I'm a 48 too. I'm gonna be 49 this year, I believe. Happy birthday, Craig. I know what you have. I want to try yourself. I should have a new shirt, the new Sherp in, and this is way at the end of the video. Nobody's gonna be watching past you guys right here now. I've got the Sherp in. I've got DHL on that. It should be here hopefully by the end of the week, if not next week. DHL is kind of weird. But anyway, that one is going to have 4 Fusion 2300. This is going to be a brushless Sherp. So anyways, and it's got different gearboxes and everything. I want the gearbox problem like I've got with the other one. It kind of sucked breaking that gearbox. I wasn't even doing anything crazy with it either. Have a good rest of the night. All right, buddy. All right, cool. If we're going to wrap this thing up here, I just got a Reef Smart 1100. Woo, that's a good, strong servo there, buddy, C-dubs. We never ask about total cash spent. Well, apparently Bust Nut does. Thing is nuts. Let me think about it. Axel Hausen. Jesse, Exocaged RC at yahoo.com. Go ahead and send me an email. If I don't have what you need in stock, I can get it on order. It could be a few weeks now. Reefs 777, phenomenal. Absolutely awesome. Great servo to 3S. If you're pushing 4S, then go with the 888. Charlie Keith, you got to send me an email. I'll have a website. It should be up 1st of January. Yeah, Bust Nut. I mean, heck, this was $250, $260 or so maybe a little bit more with tax. This is probably going to end up being a $750 truck. Just assume once all the parts come out and I build this thing up, it might be close to $750 or $800. Probably, I'll try to keep this one cheap. Probably will top out at around $500 or $600. Awesome, Jesse. Later, buddy. Tracy, RC. Hello from Santa Fe. RC, I'm about to get out of here, buddy. C-Dubs, the 777 puts out more than that. It's stronger than the 777 that it's rated. I actually did a test on that years ago when that first came out. I want to say it was over 1,000. And on the innermost hole of the horn, I think it pulled like 1,600 or something. That's a super strong servo. Be careful with them servos. They can flat put a hurting on your fingers if you get caught in there. There you go. Now that sounds about right. 272. I know it was more than the 250. Yeah, I believe you, Craig. All right, guys. Anyway, okay, gonna wrap this up. I got to take care of messages. Let me see here. All right. Anyway, guys, I catch you guys later. It's been awesome. Talk to you guys later, guys. Catch y'all later. Get rid of this thing.